Hello, my subscribers. I do not have many of you, but I definitely appreciate you. Today I'm going to talk about Hinduism in the U.S. The Hindu demon, which I am, and was made out of a church that followed the purity versus the tainted, and we're not going to get into that so much. We're just going to say that as a low-caste female, I'm hunted. I'm an asura, low-caste female asura. The caste system is just picking us all off one by one and trying to establish itself again, which, I don't know, doesn't seem like a good idea. Seems like you'd have to move a lot more people. And that's why I don't like the false revolution they're trying to do right now, like incite everyone. It's like dust to dust. If somebody, they're not really making a plan on how they're going to make your life better. They're saying, oh, follow us and we'll give you everything you want. And then you look at Bork's, not get, which is pretty much, and then my brain was destroyed by that too, guilty by association, or actually someone was just trying to hide their desire with me because I'm the poor boy. I have no worth in society. I am the lowest member in society, the most worthless person. So they're always trying to kill me. I'm used to it. But yeah, they want the nectar of immortality, and places like the army taught me that I'm not shit and that I'm never going to get anything like that. My dad also used to drive me by St. Louis every time and say, we'll go if you're good, and then we never went. So I learned, yes, a life of disappointment, and it was just kind of like, well, I can't do anything about this with how I am, and I'm sorry about my makeup. I'm learning how to put it on to be more socially acceptable, so maybe people will be like, oh, well, she's not the dead hag anymore. I had to be ugly while I was blooming because they were trying to destroy me, and I kind of just got into that habit of wearing baggy pants, no makeup, glasses, and stuff like that. But I don't think it's a big deal anymore because I don't think anybody else is going to think, oh, the hag is going to marry Putin, which they did think that crap before. I was hit in December for Mr. Durov. And it was just ridiculous. I'm not a fan of the United States. It's not that I'm against capitalism or any of that. Like I said before in my previous video, I'm not sure how all the mixed markets work. I know we're a plutocracy and that money rules and that is God, and that the people who have the most money are gods and everyone worships them, like Musk and Bezos and Bill Gates and stuff like that. Not as much Bill Gates. It seems like everybody hates Bill Gates. I'd like to say that my software and my printer didn't work properly. They got conflicted and like they wouldn't find each other, and then it wanted me to register a bunch of stuff, and I tried doing that. It rejected it. So I know he doesn't run the company, but if he's so smart and godlike, he should go back and fix this, because most devices find each other automatically these days. So with most printers, I wouldn't have to get a USB cord like I'm going to have to now. It would just simply be, I'd turn my computer on, I'd turn the printer on, it would come to my computer and ask me a couple questions. But anyway, it just seems like my printers and computer on, like Microsoft thinks they're going to steal from me constantly, or the other tech companies that kind of work together. I'm going to steal, or someone's going to steal my computer, but these kind of computers are workman computers, and they're pretty much disposable. They die all the time, burn up in flames, but they're a lot cheaper than a Mac. Not everyone can afford a Mac. And anyway, I do like my little, my keys on this Acer. They're very good for writing. And that's what I do. I don't go for the nectar of immortality because I know I can't have it. I know I'll never earn it, and it's pointless. I don't want them to rub it in my face, though, and then make me brain dead, which, yes, I'm sure. So anyway, Bork, get your freaking nectar of immortality, but don't you ever, ever dare to do what you did to me again, or your kind. Maybe I'm not speaking to Bork specifically, but I will not partner, and I will not have kids as my life is right now. Isabel, do you think, please just go snort a bunch of crack and go off a cliff? Okay, well, we're done with that. That's why we don't destroy people, too. Because if you destroy people, they wake up and they say, F you. Like, if people were awake, they would not be driving 8 miles in a pickup truck made out of plastic and cheap metal that's red with cushions that they somehow feel makes them better or gives them a high as they drive there and work all day, like 12 hours, then come back and eat and crash in their house. Why would they buy houses? Why wouldn't they just eat, at little stores or, little restaurants and I don't know, they wouldn't get a big house that they'll never be able to pay for. And they wouldn't tell their kids, like Bill Gates did, like, oh, I'm only giving you a little bit, not my whole estate. And then your kids don't go to college and they become drug addicts thanks to how they trashed out society. There's too many rich people and too many conflicts of interest. You've got to let it go. You've got to figure out how to make it so that everybody has basic things. I understand that I am not a person who is going to Yale, Harvard, MIT, that kind of stuff, but I like to think, learn, and go to like a community college or a non-competitive college and just write. I don't want to be part of the 43 million Americans that are illiterate. They're all saying, oh, well, science and technology is the only thing you should go to college for, and also that means they're worth more. So if someone like me wants to go to a writing school, they're like, oh, we'll just take her resources. That's kind of an example of what they do, and they do it indirectly by making you stupider or making you time out, lots of other things. I'm not going to get into what happened to me. I'm not lying, but I'm not going to get into it. But these people are all literate, so obviously English is a major, writing is a major that has some merit in society. Humanities is kind of like more of the artistic stuff. And there are a lot of people who accept life. Like they're like, oh, I'm going to school to be a graphic designer, but I'm going to be working at Walmart for the rest of my life. And, he just kind of like, those people just, draw on the side, do their thing, graphic design, whatever they do. And they do it on the side. Like I said, I'm repeating myself. And they have a happy life. But they want to make us have no life, nothing we need, and we have to be at each other's throats constantly. But then they get mad about violence, and they're like, oh, we're going to use mind control to make you all numb and happy. My natural state is not happy. When I'm in a natural state, like unlike now, thanks to all the brain damage, the pills I have to take due to brain damage, and sometimes the feelings that they put in me, like fear that don't align with my thoughts, and I just take a pill and flip Poppy off. I'm kind of like melancholy or slightly depressed because my life is horrible, and my brain protects itself and keeps thoughts in line to keep me kind of in a level to where I'm calm and accept my position in life. So I'm just kind of annoyed. And then they have like false authority crunching laws, and they make it personal, spin it on you. Oh, you say, well, you're a liar. And they say, oh, no, you're a liar. Remember, you really wanted this guy, or they use some instinct. It's like, whatever, man, I don't care. Well, I'm just not going to harp on this anymore. So I'm a Hindu demon, low-caste female asura. I don't want the nectar of immortality. I want my brain fixed. And if you think you're going to be immortal forever, especially if you're rubbing it in other people's faces, you must be smoking something good, because the world is very dangerous and people are always at each other and looking for opportunities to get resources. So you're going to make yourself a big freaking target. And also, in other news, we're going to start branching out into new beings. We're going to start creating them, bioengineering and stuff, and pretty much the human race won't go on for more than a couple thousand years. If that, they'll keep us around on gems and in little zoos, kind of remember, keep some of us back. But besides that, we're goners. So it won't matter if you're immortal if you can't evolve into something else or just accept dirt.